crowning their state champions. We go all the way out to Florida, where this week we have a matchup between two excellent top 25 teams and undefeated teams of University and Manatee. Let's bring in Steve Spiewak, our MaxPreps national football editor, right now to talk a little bit more about that matchup that has these two powers in Florida going head to head. Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, this is a really fun matchup. It's exciting to see Manatee back in the national rankings mix because last year they were our #1 team to start the season, and they held that spot all the way until the playoffs when they were shocked by St. Thomas Aquinas. So entering the 2013 season, I don't want to call it a rebuilding year, but a lot of people did not really expect Manatee to be, probably in the national rankings discussion, but they've proven that once again, there's a difference between a team and a program. And certainly their head coach, Joe Canan, knows that difference because they have proven to be good year in and year out. Last year, guys, they had Cord Sandberg, the dual threat quarterback, outstanding player. And they had a defensive line that I thought was possibly the best in the country. And so they graduated those guys, and they didn't have the same cachet and the same pizzazz entering this year, but I think the Manatee coaches knew that they had a very, very good team. I talked to Joe Canan about this, and he said that, we knew we had a guy in Josh Meyer who could step in and not maybe be the same player as Cord Sandberg, but at least be an effective field general for the team. And he knew they had a sophomore in Johnny Lang at running back. You see him here breaking long runs. They knew that they had talent, and whereas the defensive line is not as deep as it was last year, Canan loves the linebackers, loves the defensive backs, said those guys were young last year and they are much better this year. So, maybe not the same superstar firepower at Manatee, but they are 8-0. They're ranked in our top 20, and they are back facing a very good University team, which is kind of a study of contrast because University is very new to the high school football scene with their head coach Roger Harriott being a graduate of St. Thomas Aquinas. So another guy who understands what it takes to pioneer a successful high school football program. They are a private school in Broward County. They are a small school, so very, very different than Manatee in a number of ways. But what they share in common is that they are also undefeated, and they are looking extremely explosive on offense, led by their quarterback, Sean White, who is committed to the University of Auburn. They have running back Jordan Scarlett, who the 24/7 Sports Crystal Ball predicts will end up at Florida State. He's one of the top junior running backs in the country. They have a wide receiver, Sam Bruce, who's just such an explosive playmaker, the nephew of former NFL great Isaac Bruce. So guys, when these teams come together tonight, it is going to be an exciting game for the state of Florida, and a game that, maybe at the start of the season you wouldn't have expected had serious national rankings implications, but both of these teams are ranked 17 and 13 respectively. So this is going to be a huge game, and I'm excited for it.
And guess what, Chris?
I'm not going to even try.
All right, well, we will have that game live on MaxPreps. That's right. If you go to the blog section right now, you can find on the homepage a link to the live game tonight. As soon as it kicks off, we will start that live stream. You can watch two very good Florida teams playing each other.
Yep, both of them, again, are in the MaxPreps Excellent 25, presented by the National Guard. A team that dropped out this week was Paramus Catholic, who last year was sitting at around the 10th spot, but when they lost to Don Bosco Prep, they dropped out altogether. But let's take a look at now the Excellent 25 and the MaxPreps computer rankings as they sit right now. And you see St. Joseph Regional has actually jumped up to the first spot in the MaxPreps computer rankings. And on the MaxPreps Excellent 25 side, Washington still sits at #1.